In this video, we're going to discuss how you can write a quadratic equation when you're given its roots. Let's say I have a quadratic equation with roots of x is equal to 3 and x is equal to -2. This means that this parabola, this graph, crosses the x-axis at x is equal to -2 and at x is equal to +3. So our graph would look something like this. Now we want to find a trinomial that has these roots. How are we going to do that? If you remember, when we solved quadratic equations by factoring, the last step was we had our two factors, x plus or minus something and x plus or minus something, just let's say like that, and we set each of these factors equal to 0. X plus whatever is equal to 0, and x minus whatever is equal to 0. And then we just solve for wherever x is equal to something and x is equal to something. So we want to work backwards. When we have the roots, we want to work backwards and put them back into factors. To do that, we need to get the x and the number on the same side. So x is equal to 3. We're going to subtract the 3 from the right-hand side to bring it back to the same side as the 3. So now we have x minus 3 is equal to 0. Let's do the other one. X is equal to -2. We're going to add 2 to both sides to bring it back to the other side. X plus 2 is equal to 0. Now we're back to our two factors. X minus 3 times x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now to get this into a trinomial, all we have to do is FOIL. We're going to multiply the first term to the first term. X times x is x squared. The O is for outer, which is x times +2, which is 2x. I for inner, -3 times x is -3x. And L for last, which is -3 times 2, which is -6, is equal to 0. Now we want to combine like terms. X squared plus 2x minus 3x, those are like terms. So x squared minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. This is the trinomial with roots of x is equal to 3 and x is equal to -2. Let's look at one more example. For this question, we want to write a trinomial that has roots of x is equal to 1/4 and x is equal to -5. To do that, we want to make these roots back into factors. To do that, we want to bring the numbers to the same side of the equation as the x. So for the first root, we're going to subtract 1/4 and subtract 1/4. X minus 1/4 is equal to 0. Let's do the same thing. This is going to be one of our factors. Let's do the same thing for the other root. +5 and +5. X plus 5, that's another root, is equal to 0. So let's just rewrite this. X minus 1/4 times x plus 5 is equal to 0. Now to find our original trinomial, all we need to do is FOIL. So we're going to do first times first. X times x is x squared. Outer, x times +5 is 5x. Inner, -1/4 times x is -1/4x. And last, -1/4 times +5 is -5/4. And this whole thing is equal to 0. Let's combine like terms, x squared, and then we have like terms of +5x and -1/4x, which you can either find a common denominator for 5, or you could just solve it on your calculator and you'll get 19/4x minus 5/4 is equal to 0, and this is your original trinomial.